about the airport traffic, hopefully. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you, Julian. I'm sorry, we got a little hiccup. I missed one person before. He just has a brief announcement.
I don't think I need the mic, but good evening. My name is Anderson. I am the Bronx liaison for the comptroller, Scott Stringer. As of right now, I'm designated to your board and to other 5 boards in the Bronx. But I will be assisting you with any matters and being basically your voice when it comes to the office. Some of you already have seen me. I will give a report because the comptroller already spoke. But I'm just here. I'm going to be here a little longer, and I have some business cards. Thank you.
Thank you. What do we have up next? Housing and zoning. The meetings.
Right, our meeting Tuesday, 21st, we did not have our meeting just yet.
All right, the meeting didn't happen yet. It's on the 21st. Okay. Economic development, Tom Acamando.
Thank you, Peter. November 8th, the Economic Development Committee met. The minutes are self-explanatory. We also had, we only had 2 bars, so this will be quick. But we also squeezed in our meeting with the merchants. Every other month, we're going to be meeting with the merchants to see what their concerns are. We're going to invite the new council, Mr. Jonai, to come in to see their concerns, what they need, what we can do for them as a board, and reach out to them and, see if we can push forward some of their concerns. With that said, I'll go on to the bars. The Shamrock Inn on 1729 Crosby Avenue, 10465 between Crosby and Westchester Avenue, license 1003945, which expires on 12/31/17. They had we had 2 bars and we did this separate. They failed in underage drinking. I spoke with the 45th. They did not actually proof one of the kids that was with there. It was with an undercover officer and a regular kid. And there was some confusion about how they did it, how they didn't do it. I spoke to them. I spoke to the 45th precinct. This is a bar that we don't have problems with generally. They're very good. It just happens to be an oversight on the bartender that he didn't Anyway, I'll read the recommendation.
This is the Shamrock?
Shamrock Inn.
Okay, so, and I'm not trying to sway anyone's vote here. They've been around for 21 years in that location. I believe this is the first time they had a problem. And from the details is the guy came in and he had a big beard on him and everything else. And they admitted they made a mistake, that they should have double checked and everything else. But they've been there for 21 years, so. Again, it's up to whatever the board wants.
Mr. Chair, I've never asked a real question.
Good.
But what if it happens again? Is there any sort of consequence, recourse?
I'm going to give this back to the chair of that committee.
Even though it was their first time and they've been there for 20-some years, they're going to get a fine. And the SLA actually approved their license because they've been that good. And it's been their first time. So the SFO didn't hold it against them, but they will receive a fine. The bartender was chastised about doing it, and we're just concerned. We're not really trying to hurt them. We're just concerned about what they're going to do so that it doesn't go forward. They have about 80% of their clientele is locals that they don't have to prove. But I told them, anytime they see a face that's unfamiliar, and it wasn't just them, they did a whole sweep of the whole area. But if they do it again, I doubt they will, but the next fine is more increased. And then if they do it again, they will not get their liquor license renewed. That answers your question? Anybody else? Okay, resolved at the recommendation of the Economic Development Committee of Bronx Community Board 10, the following establishments which applied for renewal liquor license and agreed to comply with the best manager practices standards contained and within the stipulations agree signing them, and to furthermore agree with ATAP's training, and compliance be sent to the State Liquor Authority along with the resolution and the vote, and a copy be placed in the board's file.
Motion to accept?
Can I get a second? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Sure. One opposed? Any recusals? Motion passes. You need to count?
No.
Okay, we went on to another bar, La Casino Borico. Casino. Resolved that the recommendation of the, this passed unanimously at the meeting. Resolved that the recommendation of the Economic Development Committee of the Bronx Region Board 10, that the following establishes, which is applying for a renewal liquor license, has agreed to comply with the best management practices, standards contained within the stipulations by signing them, and to furthermore attend ATAP's training, and that there will compliance be sent to the State Liquor Authority, along with the resolution and a vote, and copies be placed in the board's file. La Casino Borica, 2245 B Broadway, Westchester Avenue, 10462, between Castle Hill and Calipe Avenue, license 1227260, which expires on 12/31/17. Can I get a motion to accept?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Just a comment, if I may. I
Yes,
just
Bob.
want to thank the board because this particular establishment was a real blight on the community. And because this board was so tough on them, they've totally turned it around. It's peaceful, it's a pleasure, and really it was something that this board accomplished. So thank you all for your support.
When you get a compliment from Bob, you know they're doing the right thing.
It's successful.
No, they were.
The board really worked hard on this, and they did the right thing, and as a result, the merchant is now doing the right thing.
Well, we sent a clear message to them, and they,
And
were bold.
they went along and did great.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Bob, are you talking?
Is it me? Am I up? See you Monday.
See you Monday. They didn't have their meeting yet.
We didn't meet last month, we're gonna meet because we had nothing on the agenda, but we have some new items coming up, and we have some updates on the internship program which will be coming up. I actually spoke to the Department of Education today, and good news to follow.
Very good, thank you. At this point, we are going to go to municipal services, which Joe Russo is chair, but co-chair is Joe Boyko filling in.
Good evening, everyone, and happy holidays. In the interest of time, the minutes are printed in the portfolio you have. I'll just bring up the two resolutions that came out of the meeting. First, resolved that the recommendation of the Municipal Services Committee of Bronx Community Board number 10, that the board support the application of MBT Worldwide, Inc. for a new bus stop on the north side of Bruckner Boulevard at Charles Quimney Place between Wilkinson Avenue and Westchester Avenue as part of their proposed Brooklyn to Boston, Boston to Brooklyn route, and that this be forwarded to the full board for approval. If someone would make a motion, please.
We have to have a motion first. Motion to accept?
Second.
Question?
Joe, yeah, real quick, so just to get familiarity of the actual stop, that is when you're heading northbound on the service road, that right where the buses go in?
Yes.
Right, where it says buses only, no regular
My only
traffic.
concern, and this is gonna be, this is coming on the parks, come the summertime, when the park starts to get more activated, the tons of cars that are illegally put there without any summonses or anything else, it's a traffic hazard, I support it, I want it, but I just want us to be cognizant and let the bus company be cognizant of the fact that come the summer and springtime when the park is a lot more active, it becomes a lot more hectic there traffic-wise.
Okay, well, if this is approved by the city, it's still got to go through 2 more community boards. We can then take it up with DOT and NYPD to enforce it.
Joe,
Yes, it's in the existing bus area already.
I know there's a problem there, now we add more buses waiting to get, our constituents on buses to go to Boston. I just want us to be, more good traffic, I want to get rid of the bad traffic, I just want everybody to realize what's going on.
Right, okay.
Andrew?
Yeah, I just want to say, this is only going to be one bus a day, picking up and dropping off. On Friday, it might be 2 buses, and on Sunday, it might be 2 buses. So one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and then there's nothing there. They leave.
Right, that's the plan for the beginning stages of it. Later on, they may add additional buses, but at the beginning, it's just gonna be a few buses. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Carries. Thank you. Next resolution, at the recommendation of the Municipal Services Committee of Bronx Community Board number 10, at the request, that there be a request to paint gridlock box in the intersection of Ash Loop and Bartow Avenue be sent to the Department of Transportation upon approval of the full board. If someone would make a motion. Make a motion.
Second.
And we have a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any recusals? One recusal. Motion carries. Thank you all.
COI.
Okay. Now move on to the add-on, so we can hang on to it.
I didn't know we were doing meeting minutes on ad hoc. That was supposed to be.
They requested them for me to do so. I was gonna say self-explanatory, the majority of the people that, are the ad hoc committee are committee board members, and they were there, and I think everything is on there, and a lot of these issues will be passed over to the Municipal Services Committee.
Very good. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is regarding the ad hoc, Alvin Apartment, Co-op City. I don't know if this was a typo where we subordinated the ad hoc Co-op City under Section F of the Municipal Services. The ad hoc Co-op City Committee fulfills all of the requirements of a committee except that it's ad hoc and it's temporary status. Was that a typo? If not, no, it was not. Then I'd like to make a motion that we not subordinate this committee, that in the future, that it is listed as any other committee has been listed in the past. It should not be subordinated with municipal services. We had a wonderful meeting, and where 55,000 residents in Co-op City was represented by the general manager. We had our district manager, the River Bay Board, and we were addressing some of the issues. And some of those issues are being handled directly by the various agencies. And we even had somebody from the Department of Sanitation talk about snow removal. I'll ask in the future that you give this committee the respect that it deserves. I have a motion that henceforward it will be listed as a separate item, as a committee.
Wait a minute, can I get this?
Oh, well, there's discussion. Yes.
Discussion, because if you rewind back to July when I proposed this ad hoc committee was going to answer to 3 standing committees, which is municipal service, parks, and there was one more, sorry, planning and budget. So, right now they're answering back on municipal service, so there really isn't a problem there. And really, we have standing rules, and I'm sliding this standing rules because really that should have been municipal services, so he just handed over to Mike. I don't need to get reports from ad hoc committees here. You understand? There's a standing rule.
Okay, fine. If you don't, first of all, you mentioned that the ad hoc committee is answering to municipal services, parks, and planning and budget.
Right.
That proves my point.
Right.
You see, for you to subordinate it with municipal services.
When they come up with the next meeting, they're gonna come under another committee, that's what we're saying, you understand, when the parks, you know?
I hear you, but I don't agree that it should, I think that this committee.
But your motion doesn't
Mr.
carry.
Chairman, on point of order.
Sorry.
No, this is
Sorry.
important. No, this committee
your motion-
deserves a report.
Hold it, we'll let him give the report. But your motion doesn't carry because it's not on the agenda 3 days prior to the full board to vote on it. So you could put it in as a floor resolution for the next meeting, but really we can't move on this right now because it'd be breaking our bylaws.
I'll do that.
Okay? Thank you.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, while I have the mic, I'll just do the Health and Human Services.
Sure.
Which is, again, self-explanatory. Everybody was there the night that we had a lengthy discussion. And I guess we could just follow up what Eugenio mentioned as far as them filing as an HMO. We'll speak to the district manager, and we'll continue to follow up on what's happening at 2800 Brooklyn Boulevard.
Thank you. Kevin, you want the mic?
Good. Parks and Recreation, we actually had 2 meetings since our last board meeting, October 24th, and then this past Monday, November 13th. Same thing, just for the speed of time, minutes are self-explanatory. Basically, we had Parks there, just giving us all their updates on all their improvements, looking forward to a good start of the spring 2018 season for all local parks. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you, Kevin. Next one is Veteran Service. Colonel, would you like the mic?
Bob, you have anything? All right. We didn't have a meeting this month, but the next meeting is December 1st at the Samuel Young Post at 7 o'clock. So that's the next meeting. And as far as some new news is, a new law has been passed that if you served in the service, you can now use the Army Exchange and it's Army and Air Force Exchange. All you have to do is show you that you served in the service. Before it was only limited if you were fully retired, and if you just served and you didn't retire, you can't purchase it. And now you can go to the Army or Air Force Exchange, or also the online exchange for the Army and Air Force. The Navy, the Marine, and Coast Guard are still debating it, and it's really tricky because all these different funds, exchanges are written by different laws, and they have to conform, they don't always match. So that's why it's only the Army and Air Force that are permitted. If you're a former, you served, you can purchase. And the big deal is you don't pay taxes. You go on, and usually the prices are very reasonable and very little profit. And that's the story on exchange. And come to the meeting, you may hear other things. And I think I mentioned before, Agent Orange, the people that served in Vietnam, get checked up. It's a very latent disease. Maybe I said this last time. A lot of them are coming up now. It is a veteran-connected disease, and it's very subtle. So get the checkup. And even the latter part of the Korean War, that Agent Orange was used during that part. If you served in the latter part of the Korean War. So this is maybe, a lot of people are not veterans. Only 1% of the total population are veterans. So get the word out to your relatives or friends that have served. These are the new benefits and new news.
Thank you, Colonel.
Thank you, Colonel.
Where the exchanges are?
Pardon me?
Where are the exchanges located? Where can you get that list?
What the exchange is the on-base exchange is on West Point, Fort Hamilton, Fort Dix right at the air base next to Fort Dix. These are the closest ones. Is that enough for you, or you want others?
That's good, that's good. I think my sister was in one time in Long Island, if you're around.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, but that's a Navy exchange.
Oh.
See, that's a little tricky. So it's got your Army or Air Force.
Okay.
But we got to wait till what the Navy will have to do. And, but the thing is, you can go, I hate to travel with this. Both of these places are far. But you can go online, and again, the prices are reasonable. It's probably free shipping if it's over $49. So look, hey, take a look. it's a benefit to the former people that served anytime. And it used to be just only if you are fully retired, like I am, or disabled or whatever thing. But now they open up, if you served any time, you're not eligible to purchase that. These two bases and on the line for those.
Another question.
Sorry, quick question. You said you can go online. What is it? What's the website? Would you have to remember?
I don't have it handy. Army Exchange, that's right.
Okay, thanks, Colonel. Any other questions? Get them after the meeting, please. I'm trying to get you guys out in less than 2 hours. Looking pretty good here. So do we have any old business? Going once, going twice. Any new business? Go ahead, Bob. What? The holiday party? I'm still trying to figure out who the next guest speaker at the Veterans is gonna be, you know? They had such a good looking one the last time. Right, Colonel?
The flyers outside, but our holiday party is December 5th. It's pretty self-explanatory. You guys know how much it costs. We're accepted at the board office as well as at the door. So I'd love for everyone to attend and we can be glad to have you. Cool? Uh-oh. Susan Duffy has to have it.
If you're gonna pay at the door, we need to know in advance, because we have to give a head count. So we have to know.
Just a question. Do we usually pay that amount, $50 every Christmas? Do we usually?
45 last year.
Different restaurant.
And this is an open bar. We didn't have an open bar last year.
I don't drink, but check this out.
We'll make up for that.
I know you will.
Okay, since we are talking about it, a couple of things with the party is, since it has to do with the community board, we have to follow the same standards as our meeting places. So it has to have parking and handicap accessibility, things like that. So that's why, and we don't want to show favoritism to one place, so we're going to be moving it around. So it's right out here on the corner, right? So if you guys want to go walk over there and check it out, go ahead. Colonel, you have one question?
I guess I missed the last meeting. What are the details of business for the community board members? What Wednesday and where? Oh, okay.
Okay? You guys got the chance, make the motion.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?